Hi everyone, I'm Marcus, the founder of Nostalgia, and this is the 55 litre Dopamine Travel System. In this video I'm going to be taking you through how to use it, how to set it up, and the various different features of both the 35 litre main section and the 20 litre day pack. The Dopamine Travel System really is the last bag you will ever need, where you can travel the world full time or use it for trips over 1 week long, with the bags connected, carrying both clothes and camera gear in one setup whilst you're on the move. Then when you arrive at your destination, you can disconnect the bags and use whichever bag suits you for your day trips. Then when you're moving on to your next place, you can reconnect the bags and continue travels easily with all your items in one unit on your back. Both bags can be used individually, with the Dopamine 35 working as a larger camera bag or as a bag for short trips, for example 3 to 5 days. It also can function as a regular backpack without any camera gear. The Dopamine 20 can be used as an everyday camera bag, or as a bag for weekend trips with the camera cube inserted and 1 to 2 days worth of clothes stored in the expandable roll top section. So firstly, let's show you how these bags are connected. There is a webbing loop on the 20 litre on each corner of the bag, and this connects to a strap and G-hook on the 35 litre. So first, we need to just simply loosen the strap by pulling up the G-hook and then simply unhooking each part. You can't really see it from this angle, but you get the idea. So there we have 20 litre and 35 litre bags. So then putting them back together, place the 20 litre on top, and then reattach each G-hook to each webbing loop, making sure you tighten each strap so the bags are securely connected and aren't going to bounce around. Then you're ready to go. Both the 35 litre and 20 litre section are carry-on approved for flights, so the 35 litre can go in the overhead lockers above you, and the 20 litre can go under the seat in front of you. So let's disconnect these again, and then we will show you the different setups that we have with these bags. So now we've disconnected the 20 litre and we've placed the G-hooks onto the webbing loops on the 35 litre. We can show you the different setups that you can have with this bag. So there's clamshell opening for easy packing, and in here you got a large storage area for clothes, or if you want you can place in one of our camera cubes. So that's what I'm going to do now. So here's one of our camera cubes. We're going to put this in horizontally, and that fits in really nice there. So if you want to use this as a large camera bag, you've got some extra space here with a camera cube above. One thing you can also do is, if you have a lot of camera gear and you want to store a lot of things in here, you can place 2 camera cubes here side by side. So here we've got a second camera cube. Let's put this inside so we can show you the dual camera cube setup. So there you can see we've got 2 camera cubes inside. We close that back up. There you have 35 litre and there's different setups. Now let's move on to the 20 litre and we can show you what that looks like with the camera cube inside. Okay, here we have the 20 litre, so let's put the camera cube inside that. Opening it up again, clamshell style access. What I like to do is to open the camera cube already, and this front section is very soft, so can fold around the bottom of the camera cube so that when you place it inside, you already have full access to all your camera gear without having to open up the camera cube every time. Now let's show you how to install the side access with the camera cube and the 20 litre. So on the camera cube we have this door, which you have to unzip, and then inside the 20 litre side access pocket there is a stretchy elastic door, which you just need to slide the side access from the camera cube inside. So now that's solidly connected in there, we can close it up again. And now, when you open up the side access from the outside, you have straight away access into that compartment. So this is great for when you want to quickly grab your camera to get that shot. So those are both the setups with the 35 litre and the 20 litre. Now let's get into showing you the different features of both the bags. Both the Dopamine 35 and the Dopamine 20 are made from a coated 420D nylon, which is made from recycled ocean waste, such as fishing nets. On top of that, it has a 200 gram non-woven core, which helps to give the bags a little bit extra structure and maintain their shape. So now let's go through the features of the Dopamine 35. We've already mentioned that it has clamshell style access. So let's show you inside again. One thing I should mention is that on the final product, as this is still a prototype, the final prototype, but on the final product, all of the inner materials are going to be a light grey, so you're going to be able to easily identify items within the bag compared to this black hole that it currently is. These stretchy mesh pockets will be black, however everything else inside the bags on both the 35 and 20 litre bags will be light grey. Here on the back panel we have some internal organisation. We got 4 mesh pockets here, as well as 2 larger zipper pockets in behind those mesh pockets, so there's loads of space to organise all your little things inside these pockets. And then above those mesh pockets we have a laptop sleeve, which can fit up to a 17-inch laptop. Now going back to the outside of the bag. So one of my favourite things about this bag is the top access. So with the zipper here, this flaps open like that, and so if you want to top load this bag you can do that through here, but I am someone that likes to stuff some items in last minute, like a jumper, and here you can do that really easy, and then you can quickly grab whatever item it is. If it's that jumper, you can just quickly take that out from here and without having to open the full back panel of the bag. And on this flap there is a mesh pocket here for some extra storage, a passport, whatever it may be. Then above that top access there is a loft pocket. It's quite spacious again, so headphones, toiletries, something like that can be placed in here for, again, quick access. And then, like inside the top access, there is a mesh pocket here, again, for extra storage. We've got a front pocket here, then a side pocket here, and this one runs all the way to the bottom of the bag with a water bottle or tripod pocket on either side, and on this side there is a specific strap for securing a tripod with a buckle. On the outside of the bag there are 3 cushioned grab handles, so one at the top, one on either side, so you can grab the bag at any position, which is great. Then looking at the bottom of the bag, there is another pocket. There's pockets all over this bag. This one is generally intended for shoes, and so you got very large area for placing shoes in here, and this is collapsible, so if you're not using it, it will sit flush against the bottom of the bag, but then when you want to place a pair of shoes in there, it expands to fit an extra pair of shoes when you're traveling, and keep that separated from the rest of your luggage. So now let's take a look at the back of the bag. The back panel itself is made from this molded and shaped PE board with an aluminium bar running down the center, and that's going to offer great load distribution, back support and stability, as well as protection from items inside the bag. The whole of the back panel is covered in this really nice feeling, soft, breathable mesh, and then we have these areas that are raised on the shoulder blades and lower back which are designed to help improve the airflow to the back. The hip belt as well, and the shoulder straps have this same breathable mesh and soft padding, which feels really great. And on the hip belt itself, there is a pocket on either side for storing little items. The shoulder straps themselves are really wide and thick with padding, and we have this detachable sternum strap, which is easily detached and reattached, and then that slides into the position that suits you best. And in behind the back panel, we have this hidden pocket sealed with Velcro, which is great for storing passport or cash or anything else that you want to keep well out of the way. Now, in the case where you ever have to check this bag in and you want to stow away the shoulder straps and hip belt so they're not going to get caught in any conveyors or ripped off, there are these buckles on each shoulder strap, and they can slide in behind the back panel just where that hidden pocket is, out of the way. And then in this raised section underneath, there's also a pocket where you can store away the hip belt, so that's also well out of danger. And all those little loose ends can also just slot in there, so they are well out of the way. And that's how it looks. And at the end of the shoulder straps, on the tails, we have this metal ring which slides and keeps these tails looking really nice and organized. So that's the Dopamine 35. Let's move on to the Dopamine 20. It's now diving into Dopamine 20. All the zippers on Dopamine 20 are waterproof, so on those rainy days you can feel extra protected. Like the Dopamine 35, it has that clamshell style opening. And on the inside of the back panel, we've got the same 4 mesh pockets with 2 zippered pockets behind them. Above that, we've got the laptop sleeve, which can fit a 16-inch laptop. Then the main area here where the camera cube can fit. Moving on to the top of the bag, we have this roll top with these buckles that opens up and gives an extra 5 litres of space in there. And inside the roll top, there is a built-in lining bag which separates this roll top section from the main area of the bag, so no small items can fall through into that area. So inside the top of the roll top, we have this zipper. So if it is fully packed, no items are gonna fall out of there. At the top of the roll top, there is this small pocket, which is great for storing a phone, or if you're traveling with just this bag, you can put your passport there, and that's going to be easy to reach at all times. On the front of the bag, we have this large pocket running across the complete face of the bag with a key clip inside. On all of the zippers to the external section, there is this security loop, so you can slot the zip through that, and then if someone's trying to open your bag quickly, then they're not going to be able to. On the front of the bag and the bottom of the bag, we have these web looping attachment points, so 4 in the front and 4 on the bottom, and there you can attach our straps or your own clips for extra carry. The bottom of the bag has this super tough and weather resistant tarpaulin, which is where the bag is going to be taking the most beating, so that's going to stand up to all those challenges. On one side of the bag, we have a water bottle and tripod pocket, as well as a strap with a buckle to secure a tripod. Now looking at the back of the bag, again, really wide shoulder straps with the sternum strap, which is detachable and easily reattached, sliding into the position you want. At the end of the shoulder straps, again, we have these metal ring tails, which are going to keep those tails really organized. Now looking at the back panel. The back panel itself is made from this firm Attilon foam, which is going to protect you from items in the bag, but also mold to sort of the shape of your back. Here again, we have these raised shoulder and lower back sections, which is going to help the airflow. And on the shoulder straps, we have this elastic band on both sides, which can be used to store a lens cap. If you want to, you can add a hip belt to this setup by sliding that through this section of the bag, this lower back padding. So let's show you how that can be attached. So here's the hip belt with that soft breathable mesh and padding. And then on one side, we have this Velcro tab, which is going to line up with another Velcro tab under this lower back section and keep that secure. So let's slide the hip belt underneath and pull that through. And you can hear that that's now connected to the Velcro. And there you have the hip belt. And then at the top of the shoulder straps, we have this soft cushion grab handle. And that is the Dopamine 20. Let's have a look at the camera cube on its own. So here we have the inside of the camera cube with my current setup. But this is fully customizable with 4 different sizes of dividers that we provide. There are 3 small dividers provided, 2 medium-sized dividers with a fold in the middle, 1 large divider with 4 sections, and then 1 camera divider which is designed to shape around the grip of the camera and take up as little space in the bag as possible. Each divider is built out of this really strong PE board, so it's not going to become misshapen, and then it's surrounded with a thin layer of foam to not take up too much space in the cube. Then we have these large Velcro tabs, so they're not going to get out of place inside the backpack. Now closing up the camera cube, then at the top of the camera cube we have a handle for carrying it when it's on its own. So that's the camera cube and the full 55 litre Dopamine Travel System. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and we'll be happy to answer them, and we'd love to hear how you intend to use this setup in your travels. Okay, see you next time.